Hello everyone! So I played in the Duels of Runeterra number 12 this weekend. I was supposed to upload this sooner, but life and all. I managed to win 7 games and I lost 1 in the Swiss rounds and made it to top 16, then made it to top 8 before I got eliminated. All in all, I performed well. I managed to record 1 matchup, even though I tried recording more, but my electricity kept going out in my country. So I had to switch from PC to mobile and from Wi-Fi to mobile internet a lot. Like mid-game I would have to switch, and sometimes I actually missed a turn, which almost cost me a game. I think it cost me 1 game. But yeah, we'll go through the matchup. This is the top 16 matchup, which I won and got me to top 8. We'll review the games and we'll see how they went and if I made any mistakes through them. The 3 decks I played are Braum and Swain, Karma is Real, and a Lucian Harrowing deck. The Lucian deck is kinda not really too popular at all. I'm literally the only person that brought this kind of deck into the tournament and it performed well. Also, I'm planning to make a video on this deck in the future. But yeah, let's go to the games. I won against my opponent in this matchup. It was a best of 5. I won 3 games, my opponent won 1. So without further ado, here we go. Alright, so this is the first game. I'm playing my Braum Swain. My opponent is playing Weiheimer. Also, I'll add the codes to the deck in the description if you guys want the codes. We got a really bad hand at the start, like honestly, throughout the whole tournament, my Braum Swain has had really bad starts. But yeah, I had to drop the 3-1. I had to have something on board against Weiheimer. I need to be a little bit rushy and not let the game prolong too much, and at the same time be able to chip in some damage. So we had to drop the 3-1 here.
Truly are.
We pass, of course. We healed the damage he done, and so we got Braum here. I kinda wanna drop the Braum here, or like I was thinking, either I open attack or drop the Braum. But since he has 4 mana, like on the 4th turn, Weiheimer doesn't have a lot of plays aside, like he could be my Braum here, which is fine. Like he's using 7 mana to kill my Braum. But he obviously didn't do that. We get to open attack. I decided to take the 2-2 instead of the 3-3 because this will force him to block with a 3-3. And we pretty much get her killed. So my opponent used Mystic Shot here, which is also really fine with us. This means that he might not play Heimer next turn. But he also might drop Vi. We top decked Calling Strike here, which means we have an answer if he drops Vi. We skip, we just let him have it here. I've decided to pass because I didn't want to play anything and not be able to kill his Heimer or his Vi if he drops them. So here I'm considering killing the 2-1, and this means we can actually attack with more damage, but at the same time I don't want to waste a card on the 2-1 and just deal 1 extra damage to his face, so that's really not worth it. And our hand is kinda awkward, we didn't have anything to play. We open attack here just to kill his 2-1 and chip in some damage. I didn't have anything to play, honestly, that's why I just didn't play anything. So he played Heimer. You would usually use Calling Strike first, but that's bad. If you do Calling Strike first, if he has Twin Disciplines, he'll increase his power by 3. So Heimer will be at 4-3, and your Cooling Strike will be useless. But if I use my Freeze first on the Heimer, even though he uses his Twin Disciplines, he'll still be at 3. So we guarantee a kill on the Heimer, and we pretty much get rid of him. Here, my opponent has nothing to play to stop this. He doesn't have enough mana for deny. He could use any spell here. I don't remember what spell he used, just to get something out of it. Out of Heimer before he dies. So my opponent decided to use his Get Excited. I have two answers here. Either I use this. That's obviously a bad idea to do. He still gets his 3-1. I kind of don't want him to get his elusive, but at this point we don't really have an answer to stop it. But we do have this to kill one of the elusives off. Which we're kinda glad with this, because we don't really have many answers to elusives aside from that specific spell we used, and we have Fervor, but I don't want to waste Fervor on that.
I walk my path alone.
I'll just pass here. I still have nothing to play. And my opponent just passed back, which I'm fine with that, honestly. I'll just open attack here and see if he blocks. We chip in some damage here. So my opponent Mystic Shot. I have two ways to deal with this. Either I just let it go through, but I don't want to. So I just kill his elusive here, keep my 3-3 alive. My 3-3 has an overwhelm, so I push in 3 damage, which is really good against the Heimer. The more damage we're pushing, the better for us. The only issue here is if he uses Spirit Refuge, he can heal himself back up. I don't remember if I actually won this game. I think I won this game, but we'll see how it goes. I want to drop Leviathan here. It will probably get recalled, honestly, or it will probably get beamed. So we're waiting for our opponent to see what he wants to play here. And he didn't play anything. So I decided to pass back. I could have dropped the Leviathan, but he would have died to beam, and that's not really the best option here. I decided to drop Leviathan here. If he does have recall, that's okay, I guess. If he doesn't, that's a win for us. We don't have anything to do, we just pass. I want to save the mana I have. I don't want to use Cooling Strike just now. So he's left with 4 mana. He could still have a recall, and we're pretty much waiting for him to use it. We want him to use it. We'll use Fervor on the Heimer if he does use it. But I honestly don't remember if I used it or not, and I didn't. Okay, he didn't use recall, which is a huge win for us. Now we have a couple of answers. We could drop Swain. We could stun the Heimer and kill him. We could open attack, which open attacking is really good. So I decided to open attack, dish out some damage, and we could finish him off with a Fervor if we have to. Also, I do have Cooling Strike, so I could technically Cooling Strike one of the elusives, and I'll be pushing extra 1 damage. Alright, so my opponent used Twin Disciplines. I'll just let this through, that's fine by me. I could have used Cooling Strike, but he probably just deny it, which is I'd rather kill the Heim here. So I have two ways of killing Heimer, either Cooling Strike or with my 1 mana spell. I don't know what's it called and I can't check because this is a recording. We'll drop Swain here.
By my hand will Noxus rise. Grand General.
We didn't kill Heimer first because I'm waiting to see if he uses a spell, then we kill him. So he used the spell. This basically kills my 5/5, but we don't want him to get a torrent out of it. And at the same time, we want to damage the Vi so we can kill her. We can do two things here. We can kill Heimer and we can kill Vi at the same time. So that's pretty much the plan here, and that's gonna ensure us the win. So this is dead, and now we kill the Vi. We committed a lot of spells, but we did clear the biggest threat on board, and we're gonna try to win this next game. We also got a really good card. This ensures that we draw Leviathan, and Leviathan can pretty much end the game for us if we can't. Sadly, he got another Heimer. This is the third Heimer. He drew 3 Heimers, and we still managed to win this game. So the plan here is to either play the Braum or to play this. I could here kill the Heimer, or I could drop the Braum. If I drop the Braum, I push in more damage. If I kill the Heimer, I might not even be able to kill the Heimer. Should be bad. We can't kill the Heimer here, we're in trouble. Okay, so Heimer is going for my face here. Okay, so looking through this now, I think I must play here. I should have used my Cooling Strike to kill one of the elusives, because he pretty much dropped me to 3, which is in range to die to another Get Excited. I think he runs 3 Get Excited, if I remember correctly, which would be lethal. Luckily we drew a good card that would not let him finish the game.
What will you have? A mug of your...
So I decided to kill the Heimer here. If he has Twin Disciplines, we're kinda in trouble. But he had Deny, so we are in trouble here. So yeah, that was my misplay, I think. I think I should have used Cooling Strike last round and just opened attack. Of course, we're gonna attack with everything. This is though, if I top deck anything that deals damage, he's in trouble if he lets the 3/3 attack. So my opponent decided to block the 3/3 and sacrifice his Heimer, just to ensure that he doesn't lose the game. Which is pretty much good for us. His units, the 2 turrets, are pretty much useless. Yeah, this pretty much is a desperate play here. He doesn't have any much of an answer. If he got the Lee Sin kick thingy, he would have ended the game. But good thing he didn't get it.
Destination in sight. Bring these lands.
This is whatever, honestly. We don't mind this. So Leviathan does 3 damage here, and we get to open attack. We also have this spell, so I decided to just finish it off with the spell. If he has a deny, he has a deny. We still win the game, and we won. This is the first game. Let's open to the second game. Alright, second game we're playing Lucian Harrowing, and my opponent is playing Scouts. If I remember correctly, it's Scouts Bannerman. So with this deck, let me talk about this deck a little bit. Usually you play this deck kinda differently than the usual Lucian deck. You're fine with sacrificing units if you have your Harrowing in hand. If you sacrifice units, that's alright. Use your Harrowing when you have sacrificed enough units, so that dishes out more damage. He got a shielded unit here. We won't attack, we'll just pass. I'll just pass this, that's fine. I don't want to kill Lucian yet before I drop my Senna. So now that we have both units on the board, I can actually use the Chronicler to kill the Senna. And we pretty much level up Lucian. Leveling up Lucian here is really huge, because even if he dies, when we use Harrowing, we get a leveled up Lucian, which means if we attack with Lucian, then Senna, Lucian will die after he attacks. Senna will level up and also deal more damage. She'll only attack once because she has a thermal, but she's dishing out 5 damage unless it gets blocked. Also, we do get what's it called? A rally. And I'm blabbering a lot, sorry.
There's blood in the water.
We'll just pass. We want the Lucian to die here. So he dies. My Senna levels up, which is also really good. And we get to drop Radiant. A buffer Radiant, so that kind of forces him not to attack me here. I don't remember if I drew Harrowing in this game. If I did, I hope we did. It would be really fun to show it off, but I don't think I did in this game. We were already in such a high lead. The second I dropped Cytheria, I was in the lead.
My shield is yours.
We can't attack here because he has a shielded unit. We're gonna have to pass. If I had Harrowing in hand, I would have attacked. I wouldn't have cared. But sadly, we don't have Harrowing in hand, and I don't want to risk it.
The quiet of the woods. There's nothing like it.
Good play. I have a lot of choices here. I think I went for the 5-4, even though Radiant is actually really good here. Yeah, I think I'm going for the Radiant play, which is, in my opinion, the better play. That's alright with us. Now I get to play Radiant here. So 2 Radiants against a Scout's Bannerman deck. That's really bad for him. They help me prolong the game a lot, which pretty much gets him out of gas to finish the game. My opponent opened attack. I don't know why he did that. That's really bad, and it's a misplay, even though my opponent is really good.
end this here. Stay back. Hold back the darkness.
Like, I decided to block like this. Even though he might have a ranger's resolve, I'm kind of fine with that. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure what to say about this. He could have just challenged it, like he didn't have to waste a spell on this. But yeah, that was pretty much GG once he did that. Now we just get to open attack, and this game is pretty much was really horrible for my opponent. I don't know what they were doing. So we won 2 games, we still need 1 more game. And we're playing Karma Ezreal. I personally am not really... I don't have a lot of experience with Karma Ezreal. I just brought it to the tournament because I don't want to bring Viheimer. Viheimer is kinda right now. So I wanted to bring this deck.
Actually here. A real battle.
We are going against Scouts. Scouts are really strong against Karma Ezreal. Our job here is to survive as much as we can until we can drop both Israel and Karma at the same time and pretty much end the game. But seeing that we're playing against Scouts, that's not gonna be easy. Okay, so he dropped his 3-4 here. I could have used the beam last turn, which is probably also a good play, but since he played the 3-4, it's pretty much a win for us. I know I used the, what's it called, the health pot first, then used the beam. That I did on purpose because that means I get 2-1 with healing next turn from my Eye of the Dragon, and now we get to attack with it. So we heal for 2, which was a smart play.
The dark beckons.
For the glory of Demacia!
I decided to play Shadow Assassin, but I think that was a misplay. We can't kill anything with Shadow Assassin here. We should have played the 4-drop, and at least we're able to kill a unit when he attacks me. Now we're kinda in a lot of trouble here. I decided to stun the Gwen, so she won't attack me twice, and we get a blocker. So my opponent was smart with this, I think. He killed my Eye of the Dragon and kept his 2-1 alive. He also stopped me from healing the Eye of the Dragon, because if I was able to heal her, I would have kept her alive, honestly.
You cannot win.
Keeping her alive is really huge because we get another 2-1 next turn to attack him and to heal us. So we're already down to 13. We are not doing too great right now. I decided to drop the 4-3, but I think maybe
Bold.
playing Israel would have been better play, because we get a Mystic Shot out of him and we can kill his 2-1. I decided to play both of the poisons because I wanted to draw spells with 3 mana. So if this is an issue, well, we're pretty much in a really bad spot here.
We'll defend them to the end.
I decided to play on unit first. Pretty much I wanted to will the 5-5 away, so it wouldn't kill my 4-3, and we'd get a blocker. But we're way behind. We couldn't even use meditation that we set up for. My opponent also had single combat, so at this point the game was pretty much over. Like, I knew I couldn't come back into this game. Even if I don't die this turn, the next turn my opponent is gonna finish off the game. We don't have anything here to play. It's obvious we lose here.
Love ya.
You'll pay.
I'll do my best. You cannot escape.
Yeah, and that was that. Now we're 2-1. We still need one more game to win. Let's hop into the fourth game.
Master.
So Karma Israel versus Viheimer. This is a favored matchup for the Karma Israel. I kinda wanna keep the Israel. I kinda wanna keep everything in my hand. I kinda like everything. So I kept everything. Concussive Palm is good to stop the Vi if she's attacking. And elusives are really good to block any elusive damage he's gonna use. Mystic Shot is also really nice to kill some of his units.
The dark beckons.
We pretty much just need to survive. We also drew 3 Israels here, which is kinda huge. I decided to Mystic Shot this and attack with my elusive. If he has a beam, that's kinda fine, but he didn't have a beam, so we won the trade-off here.
They cannot hide.
Okay, he has another one. We drop another elusive.
Silence
That's still fine.
death.
Okay. I think I opened attack, yeah. I opened attack here.
Falls. You cannot escape.
This is the turn where he either drops Vi or he drops Heimer. We also got Rummage. Rummage is really good to draw cards off of the poison, the mushrooms.
I'm doing this my
Here I'm just counting the cards. I'm too scared. I would like overdraw and burn some cards. We can't play the 4-3 because I won't get all the poisons here. So I pretty much decide to stun the Vi, but like looking at it now, I think I should have recalled her, which would have been better, because if I recalled her, he wouldn't be able to drop her this turn, and that would kinda mess up with his mana because he would have to be forced to drop her next turn. So, but we also denied him 3 damage and we kept our elusive, which is also good, I guess. Both plays are kinda fine, but I think recall would have been a better play.
A fallen petal.
Again, I'm counting my cards because I don't want to overdraw if I play my 4-3, and if I did play him, I would have overdrawn and I would have burned the card. We got a second Rummage, which isn't really what we want. Here I'm considering playing Israel. He might have a spell to kill it, which I'm fine with. If he has, like, he has 2 options to kill it. 3. He could get excited, he could beam, he could, what's it called? 2 Mystic Shot. If he uses Get Excited, I'm fine with that. He wastes 2 cards to kill my Israel. And that's pretty much what he did, and we're kind of fine with that. I still have 2 other Israels in my hand, and now we get to attack with my elusive, dish in some damage, and we kill his Vi. He could protect here, which is also fine. If he uses Spirit Refuge, that's fine with me. If he uses the... what's it called? The one that gives him health, that's also fine. The Twin Disciplines. So he used Spirit Refuge. We made him waste Spirit Refuge defensively rather than heal himself. I'm glad with that. Okay, so here he used all his mana to draw more cards. We know he can't counter my recall, so kinda use it. He's kind of forced to use a spell. Unluckily, he had a deny with 3 mana. I didn't see through that while playing, but yeah. Luckily we had another recall, so we were able to capitalize on that. We push in 2 more damage here. We're pretty much dropping him to 12 HP without really using any of our spells. I'm still counting. This is really like... I'm not really a good Karma Ezreal player. And with Karma Ezreal you get to draw a lot of cards, so you have to be careful not to overdraw. And when I was practicing it, like first time I played it, I would overdraw by mistake and get some of my cards burned, so you need to be careful with that. So the sad thing is here we don't have a karma. We have a massive hand here to win the game, but no karma. We also haven't leveled up our Ezreal yet, so we're looking to do that now. So my opponent here, I don't know why he's doing this, but he wants to level up his Vi. That's what he does.
My warrant. Not that I need it.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna deny now, yeah. But luckily we have an answer to it, which pretty much messes up with all his play. That was a massive misplay from my opponent, and he should not have done that. Oh, I'm counting again. So I made sure I can drop this without actually losing anything. Okay, so I don't know why I was counting here. I was being dumb. But I'm pretty much being as careful in this game as I can, because I really wanted to win this game. And usually I rush my plays, so I end up losing games. So I'm playing just safely here. I wanted to open attack with everything, but I didn't want his Vi to level up, so I decided to just attack with the elusive here.
The order rewards its faithful.
So I played Karma here mostly because I wanted to level up the Ezreal. Even if she dies, that's fine with me. He didn't have Beam, so we were lucky. He used Recall. But here I misplayed. I used my Mystic Shot, which wasn't... I shouldn't have done that. I should have used Static Shock instead and guaranteed a level up on Ezreal. I messed up. Also, my Ezreal bugged here, so it was showing that I have only 4-8, but I had more. And since I don't really play Ezreal a lot, I didn't know that the bug exists. So I was off. I didn't know how many shots Ezreal needed to level up. And I assumed that 2 shots were enough to level him up. But sadly he needed 3, not 2. I found out afterwards. After I played him. Also, I was messaging my opponent about it. I was so confused. Like, I was ready to play the game, even with the bug. But if I lost it, I would have been really sad.
Coming to save the day. Or wreck it.
So what I'm looking here is to drop the Ezreal. I want to play the Ezreal. I don't know if he's leveled here or not. I don't know why my opponent did that. He pretty much wasted his tempo here. So we play the Ezreal, apparently he didn't level, but the second I played him, he's a 7-8. So now we know that he needs one more shot to level up. So my opponent used Get Excited, I can level up my Ezreal here. So we're kinda fine. I decided to use the Static Shock because I wanna save my Mystic shots to hit his face. So we level up Ezreal here, he stays alive. Now if he does kill my Ezreal, I have another Ezreal. So we instantly drop the other Ezreal if he dies. He has a beam, which is totally fine, we expected this. We drop the second Ezreal now.
No way! Don't blink or you'll miss me.
We could open attack, but he could have any way to kill the Ezreal or recall him. So we drop the Karma. Now we pretty much won the game because we have a second Karma in our hand. And we have a second Karma in our hand, which will generate more cards for us. We use it here. This will deal 4 damage to him. And we got a nice Flash of Brilliance, so that's another 4 damage. And we also got Ghost, which is another 4 damage. Which are all burst spells, so he can't counter them. And we won the game. So we won 3 games and we lost 1. And we pretty much got to top 8. After this, I lost in top 8. I won 1 game and lost a 3. And got eliminated. But yeah, it was a nice tournament. I performed alright. I performed well in my opinion. It was fun. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Take care and goodbye.